Hey y'all. Happy Thursday. It's your girl V with Reality Recap. Y'all see I'm feeling better. The cold is getting better. The energy is slowly but surely coming back. We are here for our Thursday tea talk, and y'all know we are going over my favorite Housewives franchise right now, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. These girls are serving. When I tell you I love these fucking women, I love them. We are streaming live right now across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Let me know if you've watched. The comments are live. You can interact. Let me know your thoughts as I give you my unsolicited thoughts as always. On last night's episode, the breakfast at Tiffany's from hell, the bangs from hell. It was everything. So we gonna get right into it. Let me check. Make sure you guys can hear me, right? Make sure. I'm trying StreamYard is like my main thing today, which I normally don't do. So let's make sure everything's working. Oh, and it is. It is. All right. Let me pull out them notes. All right. So as I mentioned last night, Mary, we all have been discussing how Mary has clocked in this season and earning her snowflake. She is actually planning a party. We haven't seen that from Mary since like season 1 or 2, where she had a disastrous lunch or dinner. So it's been a while since we've seen a Mary curated event, honey. But Mary was planning like a breakfast at Tiffany's theme, Audrey Hepburn theme, lunch with the girls at her house. So she was working on that at the beginning of the episode. Lisa and Heather, they catch up after the trip. We all know Heather was not invited to Bronwyn's anniversary trip to Palm Springs. I'm tired of seeing these girls go to Palm Springs. I told you that though. But Lisa tells Heather about the trip and how Bronwyn said that she was venomous and vicious in their conversation. Lily said, "Hey girl, hey, I hated Meredith's look. Thank you for checking in, girl. Who did her hair? Where did she get those bangs from?" And they just kept sliding back. As further, the further we got into the episode, Lily, the further the bangs slid back. Okay, but yes, Lily. I said Lily. Lisa is talking to Heather. They meet up at this little speakeasy place, which was cute. And she's telling her what Bronwyn said about her on the trip. She's telling her that she said she was venomous, that when Heather left her house in their conversation, she was crying. She also told her how Todd pretty much said that Lisa and her husband would have to leave the trip if they couldn't stop arguing and, causing issues on the trip. So she gave Heather some ammo that she was happy to get, by the way. And Lisa is saying that she doesn't want to be in the middle of their beef. And I think it's just a better way to be neutral in the situation, right? Like, you don't have to tell each person what they said about each other. Just listen. Just listen to how the person feels. Don't offer your opinion. Don't offer up what the other person said. Just listen if you don't really want to be caught up in the middle. Stop saying, well, I think that it's this way, or I interpret her to feel this way. You don't know. Just simply reiterate. Y'all need to have a conversation and figure it out. That's it. I hear what you saying. I hear what, she's saying. Y'all need to talk and figure it out like two grown women. That's how you play it neutral. Like she is, calling Heather while on Bronwyn's trip. I told y'all I wouldn't have did that. Even coming back and telling Heather that Bronwyn said she was venomous and things like that. Probably could have kept that to yourself and let them call each other venomous and two-faced or whatever else in each other's face. Let them hash that out if you really don't want to be in the middle. Lily said, I was livid when Heather talked about Bronwyn's husband being mean when she wasn't there. She knew Lisa was the one who told her. Let me read that again because I don't know why someone's putting rude comments underneath that. So let me read that again. I was livid when Heather talked about Bronwyn's husband being mean when she wasn't there. She knew Lisa was the one who told her. Yeah, let me see. How do I ban this user and delete their comments? Thanks, Madonna or Madonna. Yes. Cute hair. I'm a Hoover. I'm poor. I'm the N word. Ban user and delete comments. Bloop. That was easy. Let's put Lily's comment up there. But yeah, I don't know why Heather felt the need to do that. I don't know why do we ever feel the need to bring husbands into it. Yeah, Lily, I don't know what that was about, but I guess it comes with the growth, right, Lily? The weird comments come with the growth, so I'll take it. But I agree. I don't know why there was any need to involve him or even say anything about what Lisa had told her. That's why I was saying Lisa needs to just stay neutral, listen, and not repeat what happened or went down. I did not understand the need of bringing that up, but we'll definitely get into that. Heather was also saying how she was sad she wasn't on the trip. Um, well, Lisa was saying that she was sad that she wasn't on the trip and how Bronwyn was mad that Lisa called her. She's telling her more tea. And then you know, they kind of we end there with them at the moment of them Lisa basically downloading Heather on what happened in Palm Springs. Heather soaking all that information up that clearly, she was not on the trip, that Bronwyn was mad that Lisa called her. She's hearing that Bronwyn called her venomous, two-faced, all these things. So she is now already upset with Bronwyn, and now Lisa's bringing back this information. So being neutral, really not Lisa's strong point for real. And then what else happened? So after that, let me put my little checks on what we talked about so far. So after that, we see Bronwyn and Todd have a talk. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, I don't know how I feel about Todd, guys. At first, I thought Todd was like this little teddy bear husband. Angie said that she thought he was so nice and sweet. But as we get to know him more and more, like I get having that stern kind of like CEO business minded attitude, but not with your wife. He comes off very father daughter relationship. So last night, he sit down and he basically tells her like, he didn't like how she was acting in Palm Springs. She's sitting in a hot tub yelling and screaming. He's never seen her act this way. He was disappointed in her and that it wasn't very becoming of her the way she was acting. And instantly you saw Bronwyn's energy shift. She was about to cry as if she had disappointed her dad. And she did say that, his approval means everything to her. So it was really kind of heartbreaking that he didn't see her side. He wasn't on her side. He rather her walk away. Hello, Todd, sir. Your wife signed up to be on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm pretty sure he didn't watch this show before she signed up. But walking away, trying to play coy and quaint and classy is not going to keep her on this show. The name of the game is if you disrespect, you will get checked. And that's what Bronwyn is doing. So He's just gonna have to get on board with what his wife has signed up for, or don't go on no more damn trips. Okay? Just pay for the trips, just pay for the PJs, but don't go if you're gonna be threatening to kick people off because they arguing. Like, hello, that is the purpose of a housewife's trip. Is to argue at dinners and lunches and excursions. Duh, that's what we do here. Like, so, and I think in so many ways, again, she was trying to tell him that, like, do you see how these women interact? What do you expect me to do? How else do you expect me to interact with them if this is how they're interacting with each other? Like, how else do you expect me to handle this? For real. Let's see what Lily said. Lily said, but she has no man and it was a couple's trip. So why would she be sad she couldn't make it? Heather was being dramatic. Yeah, it was a couple's trip. I think that, you know, maybe she could have been coupled up with Brittany had she been invited, but she wasn't invited either, which we're going to get into because I forgot all about Brittany and the fact that she wasn't on that trip. I ain't even going to hold y'all. We'll get into it. But I just think, I mean, everywhere they go, as far as like Angie's anniversary party, anything where the men are invited, she doesn't have a man. So that hasn't gotten her excluded before. But it was Palm Springs. I mean, it's not like they went to Tahiti or Bora Bora or the Maldives, or however you say Maldives. It's not like they went there. So you really didn't miss much. I'm gonna be honest. Like, so sis, let it go. But I think, she missed her camera time. She missed her time to be on camera and do some more arguing with Bronwyn face to face. So she was sad about that. But yeah, I don't know. Bronwyn, you tell me, guys, what was your thoughts on Bronwyn's conversation with Todd? I just really thought it was giving father-daughter vibes and almost scolding her for her actions. And again, this is when every time Todd comes up with his rules of what we're not going to talk about, what Bronwyn's not going to act like, the first thing that comes to my mind is, are you new here? Yeah. Because this is what's going to happen every single episode. Duh. So either, like I said, he roll with it or don't go on no more trips. Just pay for them. We good with just the girls' trips at this point. This is not a group of husbands that I need to see. The only husbands that I love seeing is Jersey. Like Jersey, they're funny, they get along, they have a real bromance going. I enjoy seeing them, but I don't need to see any other husbands. So just pay for the trips, Todd. What else happened last night? On a positive note, I feel like in every housewife episode, they have to put some positive slash kind of like, real get to know you moments. And we see Angie have dinner with her father, and she talks about her strained relationship with her mom, how her mom passed away when she was 8 years old. Her mom, before passing, she says self-medicated with alcohol. She wasn't really present in her life the few years before she passed away, and how she really felt no connection with her mom. And that's one of the reasons why she's quote unquote a helicopter mom that's always involved in what Elektra has going on, wants to, be close with her, have that bond, because she didn't have that growing up. And, it was a real moment, a positive moment, seeing her be vulnerable, us learn a little bit more about Angie. I knew her mom passed away when she was young, but I didn't know, from what. So we're learning a little bit more about Angie and, how she got that scent of snowflake, honey. But that was like our pivotal, like positive moment in the episode last night. Leah said, do you remember a few seasons ago when Mary called out Heather when the men paid for the ladies to go on vacation? And Mary was like, you don't have a husband. Yes. And I like, Is Heather even dating? Like, get like Brittany, girl. Get you 3 men's or something. We want to see you dating. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really think Heather wants to be with a black man. I do. I think that she she gives me, not even gonna hold you, she gives me BBC energy. And I'm okay with that. I think she needs to explore. I think she needs to let go of her marriage that did not work out. Let go of, you've walked away from the Mormon culture. Cool, you want to live life on your own terms. So let's get out there, Heather. The books have been written, the receipts timeline, screenshots, proofs, everything line has run its course. It's time to curate. This season you're on your journey of you don't trust outsiders. By next season, Heather, we want to see you dating. We want to see you dipping your foot in that dating pool. I think it's time for us to see that. Lily said Angie's scene made her tearful. Yeah, I love a good positive moment in the episodes. Thank you. She said, everybody watching, like the video. Yes, please like the video, share, subscribe, all of those good things, all of the things. Thank you, Lily. But yeah, I love when we get a good positive moment in the midst of all the craziness. So it was a good scene. And I was interested in learning more about Angie. Besides that, she's Greek, she's Greek, she's Greek. I was happy to learn a little bit more about her. Um, and then, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in the episode, it is time for Mary's party, which that's where we spent the rest of the episode was at the Breakfast at Tiffany's themed party. Okay, so it's the day of Mary's party, and the bangs were sending me, guys. Like the bangs were really sending me on a spiral. Um, Bronwyn, she arrived first, and her bangs were okay. Like she was giving the little Audrey Hepburn vibe. Her hairstyle slick back was cool. Meredith, on the other hand, who did her hair? Who did her hair that day? The bun, the clip-on bang, it wasn't combed down. Mary said it was given Flintstones, not Audrey Hepburn, honey. And I am here for it. I was cracking up, but the bang was terrible on Meredith. Lisa did not get the memo. She's in a Fendi overall jumper. What is Breakfast at Tiffany's about that besides the color? Is that why she chose that, because of the color? But it was not giving Audrey Hepburn at all. To me, best dress was definitely Mary, and her skin looks amazing. I'm like, did she do a chemical peel or what? But her skin looks amazing, and her makeup is so smooth. That's what I like. I hate a matte finish makeup. I can't stand it. So Mary looked good, and Angie's dress with the little, square size, she looked good. Whitney was okay. I liked her little headband and bag. She looked okay. And Heather, her hair was cool. She had the little pearl clips. Her outfit wasn't really giving Audrey Hepburn. It was better than Lisa, but she just basically had on a large neck, like turtleneck sweater and a little satin skirt. But I would have to give best dress. I don't even know what Brittany was wearing, because it was like she was not there and then she was at the table. I don't even know when she came in. We didn't even see what she was wearing. But yeah, I don't know. But I give best dress to Angie. Angie looked amazing. Her hair looked good. The dress was fitting. The gloves, everything went together. I enjoyed it. But yeah, Lisa missed the memo. Heather comes in, and when she comes in, she speaks to everyone but Bronwyn's. Shocker. So she came in on ready for the drama. Um, and Angie, she said she was surprised to see the name tag there for Brittany. And Mary said, well, I invited her because I want her to see that I'm not poor. Bloop, clock that T, Brittany. So she got an invite because clearly we'll talk about it. She was mad because she ain't been getting invited nowhere else. I forgot all about the girl, but she did get an invite to the luncheon. Um, Mary does a quick, toast to everyone showing up and being there. And Heather said that, at the breakfast at Tiffany's lunch, she was serving up shit from jump. So after Mary gave her little nice thank you for everyone coming and cheers, excuse me, Heather was like, well, thank you for including everyone because clearly that's not what happened on the Palm Springs trip. Whoop! Shots fired. And it was downhill from there. You said, where's who? Oh, where's Maylee? I don't know. Like, Maylee is just a friend of, but I never understood where she look, you could tell. I'm like, where's who? She doesn't seem to have a prominent role outside of when they were on the last trip. When they were on their last trip and where did they go again? I forgot. I forgot where they went, but their last little girls trip that Whitney planned, and they were at the was it the Wizards game or something when they were at the game and she had confronted Bronwyn about saying, confronting Bronwyn and Lisa about her being a master returner at Nordstrom's. Other than that, we really haven't seen or heard much from Mei Lee, if I'm even saying it right. I don't know where she fits in the group. I think she's really engulfed from what I see on her social media. I think she's really engulfed in her family life. She has young children, and I don't see her curating the drama that we are also used to on this show. But I guess you're right, Lily. If anybody should be mad they ain't invited nowhere, it should be her because she is married. She could have went on the couples trip. So I don't know. It's like she's not being mentioned. So we'll see if she shows up. I didn't even see her in the mid-season trailer. Now that I think about it, Lily, I did not see her in the mid-season trailer. So that is a good question. But I just don't know where she fit in. And I don't feel like she's missed. Sorry, not sorry. But yes. Mary does her cheers. Heather says, again, like I said, she said, thanks for including everybody because not everybody did that, i.e. Palm Springs. And we know from there it's about to pop off. Meredith is serving caviar again. Does she just walk around with caviar in her pocket to serve at every single chance that she get? Is baths not her thing anymore? Are we not doing bath bombs and we just selling caviar? We had caviar in the PJ. We had caviar at the breakfast at Tiffany's. It's like, is caviar that good? And I didn't even know it was different kinds of caviar. Clearly, I'm not rich, right? Then the person just called me poor in here. So I don't know anything about caviar, but I said, do she just have like we talk about Brittany with bread in her pocketbook, but it seemed like Meredith is the one with ice at the bottom of her pocketbook and caviar. But anyway, plug your thing, girl. Plug your things. Get your coins. I ain't mad at you, but she was serving first course was Meredith's caviar. So, like I said, I guess baths ain't her thing no more since Whitney jumped in the bath bomb gang. So she's on to caviar. Brittany comes in hot. and she wants to know why she was not invited to Palm Springs. She said, her feelings was hurt that she hasn't been invited to anything but this luncheon by Mary, that she also was upset with Angie because Angie came to her house when she had the church gathering, like they had prayer meeting, and Angie brought a bottle of wine. And I'm saying to myself, and I think Whitney said it also in the episode, you mad that she brought you a bottle of wine, but yet you're sitting here yelling at her, sipping champagne? I don't get it. Like, so she tried to explain that, hey, lovely nice, thank you for checking in. Brittany tried to explain that, it's okay for her to bring wine to her house for her when it's just her, but bringing that in front of, people from her church wasn't the look, and she shouldn't have brought it. Angie clapped all the way back. I'm talking about pow, pow, pow. She said, like, you sipping champagne and you doing 3 guys right now. And you worried about me bringing some wine to your house? I said, oh, shit. We knew about Jared. We knew about Aaron. But who the hell is Hal? Who is Hal? I cannot. Lovely Night says she didn't want nobody to know she's on the bottle. And, as much as Heather talks about Mormon religion and, things like that, she was saying, like, in Mormon culture, which we all know, you're not supposed to drink or, be dating, I guess, 3 men or things like that. You're not supposed to do that at all. But to each his own, I believe God is about forgiveness. We don't all walk the straight and narrow every single day. So if she wants to indulge in a little champagne or have you, she want to, be messing around with 3 men, that's on her. But I really didn't understand. Like, she brought the wine as just it's like, that's what you're supposed to do when you go to someone's house, right? You bring them something. So I think that was Angie's intentions, not to be like, hey, girl, let's pop this open in front of the church folks. That wasn't her intention. So Brittany piped down, but she was mad about that. And Angie spilled all her tea. Said, you sleeping with 3 guys. And then they flashed back, and that's how we found out his name. So it's Jared, Aaron, and Hal. Now, the Lovely Nice that Angie is clocked in and working overtime, Lovely Nice. Now, the kicker is Mary said Jared be in her DMs too. Oh my God. This man is slipping and sliding in the DMs like they going out of style. He is in the DMs like Instagram is shutting down tomorrow and he got to connect with everybody possible. And Mary said he's a nice guy. What I did not hear Mary say was, but I'm a married woman. Where is Uncle Granddaddy? Where is Uncle Granddaddy? She did not say, like, I'm a married woman. I don't know why he's in my DM. She just said he was a nice guy, but she got enough drama going on in her life. I caught that. I told you guys there's been some rumbling in the streets that they are going through divorce. She says no, she denies it on Watch What Happens Live, though she did say he does not want to be on camera at all. He doesn't like how he's been portrayed in the past. He doesn't trust the producers, and he's not engaging with the show at all. I'm just on the fence about that, but it was just telling to me that it wasn't a mention of this man is in my DMs and I am married. It was just, he's very charismatic. He's very nice, but I got enough drama in my life. Oh, okay. I love the nice that Mary is single, honey, and why I feel like Mary said he's nice but white. Did she say? I didn't hear her say that. I just heard her say that he was like charismatic. He was nice guy, but that she had too much drama going on. I don't know. But I got the sense that, honestly, Loved You Nice, I got the sense that if he was if she didn't have, like, the things going on with her son and stuff, she might have entertained it. That's how I took it. That's just me. And it was definitely, it was giving, this might be a good couple. That's that's what it was giving me. I don't know. But let's see. What else happened after Angie clapped back? We found out about Jared, Aaron, and how. Um, Brittany, she's feeling excluded, but Lisa called her out and said, I think Lisa finally did what Bronwyn wants her to do, but Bronwyn wants her to also do that when she's not in the room. But Lisa kind of jumped in and said, well, if you want to be invited to Palm Springs, or like, why would you even think that you were going to be invited to Palm Springs with the things you said about Bronwyn and her husband and how their age difference and how she married for money and there's no way that she could be physically attracted to him. So why would you expect them to invite you on their anniversary trip? Not even got nothing to do with you being single. Why would they invite you? And those are the type of things that you said. So I felt like, Lisa stood up for her friend, and that's what Bronwyn's been asking for her to do this entire season, is to speak up about her character, have her back when she's in the room and when she's out the room. So finally, Lisa got the memo and she jumped in and, gave her piece on Brittany. Lovely Nice said, I don't think married do white men, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. I think Mary and Jared look like a good couple. I do. I do. Leslie Nice also said, I think do it. She'll do it because it's Brittany dude. Yeah, because let me show you who ain't poor. I got your man. But anyway, Brittany's up here swiping right and going on all these dates. So do she really? She care about Jared the most though. The rest of these guys, she honestly just be passing the time with, hoping that he come around. And it was too funny though. When did y'all hear Bronwyn say, like, "Oh my God, somebody get this girl a dog. She need unconditional love at all times." I said, "Oh shit, no lies told there." But yeah, Brittany's feeling excluded. Lisa told her, like, "You've been saying hella shit about their marriage. So how could you expect that to go down and you to be invited on the trip?" Heather chimes in. She swoops right on into the conversation saying, well, why don't you have a prenup? Heather, let this prenup go. That's my about Heather. Like, she's like a dog with a bone. When she gets on something, she can't get off. So this entire season, her mind is wrapped around what happened with Monica and how she can't let people into the group, and it's all about loyalty, and this is her family and she's going to protect them. So that, again, she's thinking she's being so loyal by going back and forth and telling what everybody had to say and yada yada yada, when really you just create a mess. And same thing with this prenup. Just because your marriage didn't go how you expected, maybe you didn't, I don't know if you got a whole lot out of it or not. You created a lane for yourself with Beauty Lab, and you feel like if you were to get married again, or that you're not getting married again. She said, hell, she want a prenup before she even sleep with somebody at this point. That's your experience. If Todd chose not to get a prenup with Bronwyn, then that's their business. Why does she keep asking about it? Why is she so fixated on it? As the girlfriend, I would be like, oh, you ain't got no prenup. First of all, I wouldn't have asked that. If it came up and it was something that Bronwyn was talking about, cool. So, and I would have been like, oh, girl, high five for you. So that means if it goes left, you get some cash, honey. So I don't see why she's making like she's on Todd's side, and why didn't he get a prenup with you? Because maybe he trusts his wife and thinks that she's in it for the long run and not for his money. Again, none of your business. So I don't even know why she had to swoop in and say that, but she did. And Bronwyn told her, like, back the fuck off. back off, because you keep knocking on that door. And when I answer, you ain't gonna like my answer. You ain't gonna like when I answer this door. So back off. Like Love D Nice said, Heather is jelly as hell of Bronwyn, and she have no tea on Bronwyn but the prenup. Yeah, maybe that's why she's like a dog with a bone with that, because she ain't got nothing else on her. You know, she can't dress like a. She ain't got no husband taking care of her. Maybe that you got a point there, Love D Nice. But yeah, Heather says, I don't. And Brown, like I said, Brown was telling her, stop knocking at that door. Mind your business. You don't know anything about us. And Heather's like, I only know 3 things about your husband. And she said, the 3 things that I know about your husband is that you ain't got no prenup. He collects Starbucks mugs. And he's an asshole kicking people off or trying to kick people off couples trips. Heather, did you really have to throw Lisa under the bus like that? And that's why I go back to what I said. Lisa, stay neutral, sis. Don't go running back and telling what happened between you and Bronwyn to Heather. Don't go running back to Bronwyn telling what you and Heather talk about. Mind your business and let them work it out like 2 grown women. Be friends to both of them. Listen, but mind your business, because it was clear soon as she said it who told her that. And that's why Bronwyn looked at her like, oh, cute, Lisa. And I said, damn, you just tried to resolve things with Bronwyn in Palm Springs. You just won some points with her for jumping in and having her back against Brittany, and Brittany being mad that she wasn't invited. Now here you go. And Heather done threw you right under the bus, let her know you told her that Todd was trying to kick y'all off the trip. As a friend, I wouldn't have did that. I would not have said what I would not have said what somebody told me like that. I wouldn't have done that. Just not how I roll. But right. So and then Lisa couldn't say nothing. Lisa really, because she's like, cute Lisa. Yeah, bitch, you told. You should have been like, yeah, I had a conversation. Fuck, I told you trying to kick me off the trip. But clearly I shouldn't have said nothing. But yeah, Heather threw her right on under the bus. She did. Lovely Night said Heather really wanted to be Bronwyn's friend, but she got a beef with someone and it didn't work with Whitney. Finally, Bronwyn says they get into the flight situation. Because, Lisa's sitting there like, oh shit. Bronwyn says, she brought Heather's flight. She was like, cute, Lisa, real cute. But yeah, they get into the whole flight situation because Bronwyn, again, I feel like Bronwyn had the same attitude she did when she tried to meet with Heather. When she came into the situation like, look, we got off on the wrong foot. I want to apologize for my piece in it, but I'm not the only one in the wrong here. You have to take some accountability for how you came in hot, how you judged me joking back in the G-Wagon when we went to Wendy's, and what I said about Whitney. You didn't give me the credit that I talked to Whitney myself and let her know myself what I had said. Like, you wanted a problem with me. And Brown was asking her to own that. Like, I own that I was messy, telling, Lisa that, the whole Angie mom comment about Lisa and the gaming situation. I was messy in that moment because you have been messy with me. I own that. I apologize. Like, this is what Bronwyn's been saying. So Bronwyn's like, look, I had that conversation wanting you to come on the trip. I had bought your flights. And Heather jumps down her throat. How did you book my flights? Because she said, well, I asked someone your birthday so I could book your flights. Well, how did you do that? Because I've lied about my birthday to everybody sitting here. That doesn't help your character, sis. What you lying about your birthday for? We could Google that shit. But she's still lying about it. And actually I think Whitney did look it up and it was a birthday there, no year. So I guess she doesn't want us to know how old she is. I don't really care. I really don't. I don't care. But this turns into the whole flight situation because then Heather says, well, who took my first, if you burnt my flights and canceled, well, who took my first class flight seat? And I was like, we all knew at that point Lisa was going to jump in because Lisa was livid that she had to take a 67-minute flight in coach on a plane that probably only had, I think they said it would have 4 first class seats. So was it really first class? Y'all all sitting together at that point when it's only 4 first class seats and the plane was small. It's a 67-minute flight. It was probably an express jet at this point in the game. So it wasn't that serious. But Lisa's like, yeah, I wish I knew, that how we were getting home because I would have booked my own flight to be in first class. And she dragged Angie in it, like, and Angie was upset about it too. Call me crazy. Angie was not upset about not being first class. She knew that Lisa would be upset. She was like, oh, I'm worried about you, girl, because you in 19C. You gonna have an issue with that. You all right? I don't think Angie had an issue with it, but she knew Lisa would. And again, Lisa tried to drag her into it. But yeah, Angie did not give a damn. She was just grateful because if we think about it, and Bronwyn did say this, like, I flew y'all out private, put you in this huge home. Y'all did the Indy race VIP meeting, the drivers going into the pit, all this stuff, private chefs. She gave you gifts. I'd be super grateful. I told y'all, the travel for me has been way different now that I had kids. Before kids, I was all over the place. Passport stamp after stamp after stamp. Now I'm a mom. I got mom guilt. I can't travel without my kids. So and travel for a family of 4 is not cheap right now. So I would be happy if anybody invite me somewhere for free. We ain't even got. I'll sit on the back of the plane, bitch. I will sit in the bathroom at this point. But that's just me. Heather, Lisa, she has a lifestyle she's used to, yada, yada, yada. But it just came off super ungrateful. Now, I will tell you this. The other side of my brain was agreeing with what Mary said on Watch What Happens Live. If you fly me there private, fly me back private. I did not necessarily understand why she flew them there private, but not back private. I was in my head like, well, did she not fly them back private because she was mad at them and mad at Lisa for calling Heather on the trip? But if she had already booked the flights for Heather, this is part of the plan from jump. But I just thought that it was super ungrateful. And then again, it's even though Lisa brought it up, it's Heather insinuating that she knows these things through Lisa. Because Heather saying, well, if it was a 67-minute flight, how come you didn't fly and coach with them? How come you flew first class? So again, Lisa telling her stuff and she's letting it be known that Lisa told her. And I was happy with Bronwyn's response. She stood on business. She said, because it's my goddamn credit card. Period. You ain't even on the trip. So what you worried about where I'm sitting at? Period. It was my goddamn credit card. So if I wanted them to sit in row 19C, B, and A, that's where y'all sitting. And I'm going to sit up here in first class on my anniversary trip with my husband. That part. Clock that. What else could you say after that? And I really just I felt like finally there was a breakthrough, but Heather was really just not wanting to be her friend because Bronwyn is new. That is the bottom line. The girl did not do nothing to her for her to be treating her this way, episode after episode after episode. I was happy to hear Heather finally just admit that and say, like, I have tremendous issues with loyalty after last season. We are a circle of friends that have been through, she said they've been through the fire together. I was like, damn, I guess Reality Von Teese was that bad of a situation. They've been through the Jen Shaw of it all. So she was saying, finally just saying, I have an issue with people coming into the group. I am very, I've been very overprotective. I didn't give you a good chance, and I'm willing to wipe the slate clean, start anew. And finally, she apologizes. Bitch, you could have went to Palm Spring had you did that 2 to 3 episodes ago. We wouldn't be here. Love the United said facts. Facts. Heather trying to keep her snowflake by staying in some drama with someone. Yeah, it's just, and I don't even know if it's about the snowflake or she's really, I told y'all she has this dog with a bone mentality. When she get her mind fixated on something, she can't get off of it. The first seasons, it was all about the Mormon culture, her leaving the Mormon culture and how things used to be and how things are. And she knows everything about it. And like, wrote a book and then another book. Then it was the Reality Von Teese situation and she was stuck on that. And now she's like stuck on, like I tell you, I always say she has Reality Von Teese PTSD. Now it's all about loyalty and can't let nobody in the circle. And oh, you say that, you say it behind her back. Would you say it to her face? How come you saying you talking shady about this person? I'm gonna go tell this person what she said. Like she's like she's spinning out of control. What they call it? It's like she's in a tailspin. I just really think that it's more than just wanting to keep a snowflake. She really got some issues she needs to work out, period. But finally, she just says, I was hurt that I wasn't invited. I have my guard up. I didn't let you in, and I am willing to move forward. Finally, we make some headway. And I'm thinking, all right, good. We good then, right? We can move on. Then Brittany jumps up yelling, what about me? I want to have a kumbaya moment. And again, I'm like, oh damn, I forgot she was sitting down there mad that she didn't get invited too. I keep forgetting about Brittany. I mean, she does provide comedy relief, but girl, it's giving pick me too, me too, me too. Like, I want to be included too. Please include me. So she's yelling that she wants her kumbaya moment. And they say, like, sis, well, you got the floor. You want to have a sit down. Mary said, we already sit down, sis. So say what you got to say. And how about you apologize to Bronwyn for the shit you said about her marriage? And she says, I want to officially go on record, or I want to officially apologize to Bronwyn for the things I said about your marriage. Bronwyn don't seem like she accepted it, but it's like, I forgive you, but I don't forget. Because she was like, are you just apologizing because everybody's telling you to, or is it genuine? No, it's genuine. It's not. She's apologizing because she wants to be invited to the free shit. That's why she's apologizing. And Lily said she doesn't trust Heather. Heather she's very messy this season. And I think in her mind, Lily, she really thinks she's being loyal. And that's just not the case. She's just really making a fool out of herself. But I feel you, like, do I trust her actually cleaning the slate with Bronwyn and there not being any more drama for the rest of this season? Hell no, I don't. So she apologized. I guess the slate is wiped clean for now. We'll see how that goes. So then Brittany gives her apology to Bronwyn, and I'm saying, all right, now we finally over everything. We're going to move on. Mary gives her speech where she's saying, like, listen, everybody just needs to listen to each other, stop talking at each other. And then that's how we get resolved. Hear each other out, apologize, tell your side. And that's how we get resolved and move forward. I said, thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Pastor Mary. We are moving forward. Not so fast. Angie clocked the fuck back in. And Angie says, well, I want to address with Meredith the podcast issue she has with Sean. Like, you know, Meredith is saying, well, listen, I was just trying to clear up a situation that involved my child because Angie, if it was you, you would do the same thing. Now, Meredith, to me, it did sound like a threat because she was saying, like, listen, I was just trying to clear it up, but I don't want to go backwards. If you want to go backwards, we can do that, but it's not going to be pretty. I don't want to do that. It was giving threat to me. What y'all think? It was definitely giving, like, you want to go there with the husbands? We can go there with the husbands. That's what it was giving. So Angie kind of stood her ground on that. So, like, is that a threat? You threatening? And then she tried to clean it up. Kind of like what they're saying she was doing with this whole situation with her son, just backpedaling. When she realizes it doesn't come across or it's not going to land the way she think it's gonna land, and that Angie is just gonna back off the situation, then it's like, no, I was saying that it's just not gonna be pretty. I don't want to go there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not threatening. I just don't want to go there. You was threatening, sis. That's what you was doing. And meanwhile, the whole time that bang just keeps sliding back. The more Angie come at her, that bang gonna slip, 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 slip. By the time she left out, that shit was back here. It was part of the bun, and the bun was sitting back here somewhere. Because I'll tell you, Angie had her sweating. And I agree with Angie and Sean in this one. Meredith did try to play the recording that of Sean's podcast episode, which we had already heard the snippet of it in last week's episode. Whitney grabs her phone to just turn the volume up, and Meredith, she turns into the "you can leave" Meredith. Like, she's, don't take my phone, don't scroll through my phone, give me my phone. And she's like, yo, I was just trying to turn the volume up so everybody can hear what you want them to hear, sis. Like, I don't know why Whitney had to grab her phone and why she couldn't just say, can you turn it up a little bit so we can hear it? Can you start it from the beginning? Why she had to grab her phone, I don't know. But Meredith was upset with that. But I agree. I agree with what Angie and Sean is saying, that last year when Meredith, first of all, has never said what it was she knew about Sean when she made the comment of, you want to go there with the husbands? You want to go there with the husbands? We can go there, as if she knew something about him. She has to this day never said what it is that she knew. We are only going by what Monica brought up, that there was rumors around that Sean sleeps with men, which I have always said, we are no judgment here podcast. If he is, the wrongdoing is that he's cheating on his wife. If that's his preference, doesn't make a difference one way or other over here at Reality Recap. Do whatever y'all love to do. I am not a judgment person. So what Angie said was that Meredith got a lot of backlash from her kind of like trying to out him or insinuate that things about him, and that Meredith made a comment which I never heard. Personally, I never heard this comment made by Meredith, but JD Jenny, I don't know how you're just finding this show now, but I'm glad you found me. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe, please. But yeah, I personally never heard Meredith say that. I would never say anything about anyone's sexuality because my son is gay. I've never heard her say that, just because she was trying so hard in the other seasons to protect him and kind of, say that's his journey, that's his story to tell, not hers. So I particularly never have heard Meredith say that. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, if you've heard her say that anywhere. But I I personally didn't hear her say that, but they're saying that. I can believe what they're saying though. Thank you. Got a new subscriber. Appreciate you. But yeah, I understood where Angie was coming from, because we don't really have nothing else to go on, because Meredith never said what she knew about him. So we are going by what Monica had to say, that's what was going around town. And if Meredith did say, like, well, I would never out someone's sexuality because my son is gay, then you're outing his sexuality. Doesn't make sense to me. But if, you know, I do understand again where Angie Sean's coming from. Like, her saying that her want to go there with the husbands didn't land. She got backlash and trolled. And then she's trying to not exploit her son, but kind of show that, well, I have my son who, you know, he's going through his journey and figuring out his sexuality. So why would I do that to someone else? And I understand what Sean was saying on the podcast. You tried to say something about me, it didn't land, it got you in trouble, and now you're trying to, in a way, bottom line, use your son to get out of your backlash. But in true Meredith fashion, when shit gets too hot for her, she get up and get ready to bounce. So she grabbing her phone. She's upset. She's standing up. Her and Angie's yelling back and forth. To me, Angie was standing on business, standing on her facts and her truth. Meredith couldn't play the the clip for us. Last time it was blogger, I think it was Reality Blurb or something, that Seth had the biatch comment about, showing she's not giving facts to back up why she's upset. And at the end of the day, it's not even about the podcast. Meredith is upset at everybody from last season accusing her of being the one DMing them this stuff about Angie and the Greek mafia and all these things. And come to find out, the reality Von Teese of it all was Monica. And she's still waiting for an apology that is never going to come. She needs to address it with everyone and say, look, I want you guys to say that I am vindicated for all of you that thought it was me, accused me on that trip, tried to come for me. Say you were wrong so we can move the fuck forward. Okay? So at this point, Mary stands up. Yeah, she definitely knows. JD says she know how to bounce. Yes, she do. She know how to make up something, and like much bigger things are going on in the world. She knows how to do that and slide her way up out of the situation. So at this point, Mary's standing up and Mary's saying, like, look, both of y'all, stop. Angie, stop. Meredith, stop. If you can't stop, you're going to have to leave my house. Meredith grabbed onto that. You hurt my feelings. You're kicking me out your house. I love you, but you hurt my feelings. And Mary is literally saying, I'm just saying, I'm not kicking you out of my house. Don't do that. I'm old more than that. Let's talk this out. I'm just saying, if y'all can't stop arguing, leave my house. She's being very clear that she doesn't want Meredith to leave. And she's, no, y'all done push my bang back to my neck. I'm out. So she grabs her fur and she leaves. This was an epic ass episode, y'all. Like, if you haven't seen it by now, I've definitely spoiled it for you. But when I tell y'all, I love these women down. I love them down. Like, Salt Lake City. I say this to you guys, and I'm gonna get out of here soon. But I say this to you guys every episode. They are the stove, and every burner is on. You got Brittany and her issues with Bronwyn, Bronwyn and her issues with Lisa, Bronwyn and her issues with Heather. You got Meredith and her issues with Angie, Angie and her issues with Lisa. Like, usually, like Beverly Hills, right? We had the season premiere of Beverly Hills. All we're fixated on right now is PK and Dorit's separation, and we're gonna be fixated on Kyle and Dorit's beef. There might be some Sutton beef in there as well, but it's rare that you see so many things going on. Like when I watch Roni and I come talk to y'all, I be having like 5 bullets, real talk. And you can see like all the bullets that I be having for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They are that girl. Exactly. Lovedy Nice. For real, for real. They are carrying the housewives. No doubt about it. I told y'all, Roni, you're on notice. You're unwatchable. Are you pranking us? I said this already, because to have a prank as a storyline, like, are y'all pranking us right now? It's unwatchable. Potomac, they stepping up a little bit, but again, we're just fixated on Mia and her triangle or square relationship, because I think she's sleeping with Jackie too, and we're fixated on Karen's DUI. Like, it's curated beefs. Over here, it just goes down every episode. And I'm excited every Wednesday. I really, really am. So I can't say enough about Salt Lake City. The mid-season trailer was good. It's out if you haven't seen it. It's on my Instagram. It's on my Facebook. And I am without a doubt enjoying this season. I can't say enough about it. I really, really can't, guys. I just love it so much. But that is my recap on last night's episode of Salt Lake City. I will be back tomorrow for my recap. We have the conclusion tonight. That is, my number 2 housewives is OC. The reunion has been chef's kiss. It is the part 3, the conclusion of the reunion tonight. We get some more of Alexis getting shut down by Shannon. Emily coming for her too. So I gave you guys a little sneak peek of the reunion part 3 earlier today. Y'all check that out. But yes, I will be back tomorrow to give you my thoughts on the final part 3 reunion of Real Housewives of Orange County. Now, before I get out of here, as you guys know, if you have a product or a business that you want me to promote on my pages, my promotional rates are on my Instagram and Facebook page. If you want to be a sponsor for the podcast, I'm doing about 8 shows a week, recapping everything for you. I'm recapping Potomac, Bell Collective, Love and Marriage, Huntsville, Salt Lake City. I'm sad to see OC ending. I will be recapping Married to Medicine. You guys know Married to Medicine is coming back on Sunday. I can't wait for that. Love and Hip Hop Miami, all the shows, all the things I'm recapping. So if you want to be a sponsor for the podcast, where I would promote your business or product on every single podcast episode, if you're interested in either, you can DM me, message me, or you can email me what you see up here, reality_recap@yahoo.com. Also, I think I'm monetizing on Facebook now. You guys can send me stars. My Cash App is the same as no underscore, but it's $reality recap. I appreciate all of your support, guys, to help me keep growing my platform. Thank you, new followers. Thank you, new subscribers. I appreciate all of you guys. Now, with that said, as I always end my shows, don't forget, guys, reality TV stars are humans too. Let's never forget that. It's your girl V with Reality Recap. Set your alerts, subscribe, look out for my flyers. The scheduling, my schedule has been scheduling, so it's not the same time every day, but I will be back tomorrow with my recap on Orange County. You guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. Love you guys.